Yeah, Amina, we hear you.
Goodness. Finally, you can hear me.
I hear you. I don't know what was going on with you, but it's okay. Thank God you are working now. Go ahead. What do you want to say to
Yeah.
us?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm interrupting your conversation. I don't know what you guys were talking about because I had to just reload the app. So
No, no, it's
I
okay.
don't.
We are talking about racism in Islam. What do you think about Islam? Is Islam racist?
As far as I know, Islam isn't racist. I've been, my family and I all practice Islam for as long as I've known. I was born into it. I've not experienced racism. And
Where,
so,
where are where are you from, if you don't mind to say?
well, I live in the UK. I live in England, but my family's from North of Africa.
Okay. But if we go right now and we search in the internet, like if we say you are from Morocco, do Moroccan people mistreat a black African in Morocco?
Well, the part of Africa that my family were from, um, yeah, I don't.
Okay, so Morocco,
Um,
let me make it simple. Morocco, until now, they mistreat African. Tunisia, they mistreat African, and we can show the reference right now. Libya, they capture African until now, and all North Africa. In fact, Morocco was the biggest market for slavery in the world.
yeah, but I don't think you can misconstrue religion with like actual people because you can say the same thing for you can say the same thing for any country that has religion or you can say
No,
like
no, no. This is
racist
this is
even.
not this is not about a country. This is based on the religion. Did your prophet allow you to capture people and enslave them?
Um, I know in the Quran it says obviously like that the slavery does exist, but I don't think it's something that we currently practice, or at least like
No,
if I'm being completely honest, yes, where I'm from.
currently you don't practice because Muslims are not the one who is the superior in the world, and the Western they force their rules. So when the Western they say nobody slavery, nobody slavery. That's it. That's the whole idea. Otherwise, actually, until now in Mauritania they have slaves. Until now, big
Yeah,
number.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was just going to say, yeah, I grew up with that knowledge. I grew up in that society of, people that there were people that were subservient to a certain class of people or certain ethnic groups of people. But it is servitude. It is indentured servitude, and it's not right. I was against it. Not people were comfortable with it,
All right.
but
So let us move to something
but I
more
don't think
important.
it's linked. I wouldn't
Do
say that's
do
linked to
do bla-
Islam.
do
Like
black do
it's so
black
obvious to say that
Okay.
it's linked to
Is it
Islam.
is it true? Is it true that in Islam anyone when I enter heaven he must be white?
He must be white.
Yes.
I've never heard of that. That sounds crazy.
Okay. Do you speak Arabic?
No, I don't speak Arabic.
But you said you are from
No.
Morocco.
No, no, I didn't say I'm from Morocco. I didn't say I'm from. I said I'm from. My family's from the north of Africa.
Oh, okay.
Mauritania is the country that you mentioned is actually where my family is from. So
All right. Okay. So if we go right now to the Quran and let us see, do you see my screen?
I don't because I'm on Discord, and to be
Okay.
quite frank
I
with
will I
you,
will I will
I,
share it in Discord. I will
okay,
share it in Discord so you can see it. Do you see my screen now?
yeah, I do see your
Yeah, I
screen.
was refuting this Abdul here, but let me show you the Quran. We will go to the Quran.
Okay, go on.
Uh, if we go to the Quran, we will find the following. Actually, before we go to the Quran, have you ever heard of something, the revolution of the Zinj?
No, where's that?
You see my screen says Zinj rebellion,
Yeah,
869 AD. This is not long after Muhammad,
yeah,
883. The black
hmm,
slave revolt against the Abbasi Caliphate Empire. What
yeah,
what happened is that the Muslims they captured tens of thousands of a black African and they forced them to be their slaves, specifically in farming or sex. The beautiful women they
oh,
go to for sex, the one who don't look good or old or men, they go for farming. So in that territory, in Iraq, where the caliphate located, they have tens of thousands of black, to the point that the whole population in the area of Al-Basra become black. And we are talking about the farming area. So those people, they revolt for their freedom when they noticed that they are became big in number. They said to themselves, we can be free from the white man who control us, who enslave us. And the war started, and the Arab, they slaughter every single black one of them. So you never heard of this before, right?
No, it's not something that I've heard of or anyone talks about.
Anyone can search what you see in the screen. Search for the Zinj rebellion, and you will find it. Now let us go to the Quran.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, historical events don't necessarily.
No, but those historical events, they are coming from the Quran. They are coming from the
Quran. You can say, like,
did your prophet own black slaves?
I don't know if he owned. If he did, it's not something.
Bilal is very famous. Bilal, Muhammad, he died.
I've heard of Bilal. Yeah, I've heard of Bilal.
Bilal, he was a slave of Muhammad, and Muhammad died, and Bilal still is a slave. But let us see,
But I thought Bilal was highly regarded because he got to call the adhan and everything. So
he was commanded. It's not because he was respected, but because he's a poor black slave. The white man. Why Muhammad did not command Abu Bakr to shout? He commanded the black, the slave. The white people don't wake up.
I heard that he eradicated slavery, and that
Muhammad he died and he owned slaves. Is that correct?
I don't know that if Muhammad.
Okay, we will go for that part. Let us read the Quran here, and we will go to that part about Muhammad, what he did with the slavery. Muhammad, he encouraged the slavery, and one of his title is Ba'i'ul Abid, which means the slave sellers. Can you read for me, please, what the Quran is saying?
On the day of resurrection, when some of the faces will become white, and some faces will become black. As for those faces will become black, to them will be said, did you reject faith after accepting? Then taste the torment of hell. Taste the torment in hell for rejecting the faith.
Continue.
And for those faces who will become white, they will be in Allah's mercy, paradise. Therein they shall dwell forever.
You said, when I said to you that in Islam only white people are welcome, you said that would be funny.
But do you not think that that could just be said for, like, their faces are turning black because not racially, it's not like a racial thing, it's more so like because they're evil, and like I think everyone kind of understands.
Why if somebody evil, his face will turn black? So if I'm evil, so if I am can't I be evil and I'm white?
No, of course you can, but then your face could still turn black because that might just be the connotation for evil,
Okay, why? Why he did not say
associated with sex, and like black could be associated with evil?
I will go with you, but why Allah he chose to say that the one who is evil will be black? Why he did not say the one who will be evil will be white?
Well, maybe it's just what people understood back then, much like, how Christ uses the fig tree, even though we don't have fig trees in current day. Like we do, but like, in England, I don't walk around seeing fig trees.
You have a lot of fig tree. No, you have a lot of fig tree in England. If you go right now.
No, but I've never seen a fig tree. No, I've never walked out.
You can search. It's called the brown turkey. So there you have a lot of fig tree in England. Same time, here it's physical. If we go right now, have you ever heard of the Quran tafsir?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
All right. So in the Quran, there's a chapter, the chapter of the ants. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Chapter of the ant, verse number 82.
Ant. Oh, okay, ants, right.
Ants, yeah, yes. Ants, yeah. So chapter 27, verse number 82, it says that there is a beast will come from the ground. Do you know what this beast will do?
No, I don't know what it will do, but I'm guessing it might eat people? I don't
No,
know. Or hurt people.
this beast is a Muslim beast, and he is going to teach you how to behave,
Oh, okay.
and he
That
will
sounds
make you white or black.
all right.
So if we go, let us go here.
But don't you think it's people see black cats, like people see black cats and they like, oh, they associate that with, oh, like black cats are evil. It's
This
like
is
that kind of same
no, this
thing.
is okay, but this is can't be from God. But this is what your God said. Your prophet, he said, the black dog is the devil. Is that godly or this is stupid thing? Is
But do
that
you not think that?
is it stupid? Do you agree with me to
Yeah,
associate the color of a black cat with evil cat?
yeah. Obviously, I do think
Okay,
that's silly when people say that
but
because
this is what you
I have a cat that's also black and
but this is
white.
what your prophet said. Your prophet says the black dog is the devil, and I will show it to you. But let us see here what the Quran is saying, because you are saying that this is maybe metaphorically, not physically correct about being a black face.
Yeah. I
Well,
think it.
read with
I
me
would,
here.
I would interpret it as that because I cannot take.
All
If
right.
I was to take it
This is the
literally, I
story.
would.
This is the story according to your prophet and his companions. The beast will come out from the ground. You see my screen?
Yeah, I do see your
All right.
screen.
So
It
this is
is
a,
quite small for me, but yes, I can see it.
so this is I can post the link for you so you can open it if you want. I will post the link. Here we
No,
go.
no, it's okay. I'll go with you. It's all right. You don't
All
have
right.
to
So
do
here
that.
there is a beast is going to come from the ground, and this
Yeah,
beast is going to have, let me show you, is going to have the ring and
yeah,
staff, the ring of Solomon, magical ring, and the
yeah.
staff of Moses. Let us see together.
Okay.
Read with me. Can you read for me what you see in the
It
screen?
is a little bit small for me because I'm on my phone and my screen isn't
Okay.
enlarged.
A beast will emerge from the earth, and with it will be the staff of Moses and the ring of Suleiman. Suleiman means Solomon. Peace
Yeah,
be
yeah.
upon both. It will strike the nose of this believer with the staff of who? Of Moses. And it will make his face, the face of the believer, bright, which means white, with the ring. Until when the disbelievers they meet, they like they meet, they see each other by color. What do you think about this? Is that metaphorical now or physical?
I'm not really. I guess. I guess that provides a bit of context, but
Let us continue reading. Maybe that will give us more. It will strike
okay.
the nose. It will strike the nose of the disbelievers with the ring, and will make his face, the face of the believers, bright with the staff. Until when the people they gather for a meal, they will say to one another, "O believer, O disbeliever." Why? Because now there is only black and white. Correct?
Yeah.
So how now Muslim they recognize who is a believer? He is very white. And
Okay.
how they recognize someone is not a believer? He is very black. And then it says
Right.
here, and then this is the description of the beast. And let us continue. If you read with me here, it says, so, and there will be no disbeliever left without making black spot in his face, which will spread until his face is black as a result. Do you see
Right.
it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then before it says, we skipped that by mistake, there will be no believer left without making a white spot in his face, which will spread until his face shining white as a result. Is that metaphorical now, or this is physical?
Well, yeah, that's obviously like literal. That's a bit more.
All right.
That's yeah.
So all non-believers, the penalty for them is being black. All the believers are going to be white. So if Islam is not racist, what is behind this?
I'm not really sure, but like I'm not really sure. I don't know, but I cannot believe that God would be racist. Yeah, I don't believe that that our creator is racist. I believe we were the explanation that I was told for us being different is so that we can learn to accept one another. So I cannot believe how I was made. It was to rape comes from racism, because that just cannot be true. Like I can accept that, I can read that, and I can hear it, and I'll be like, okay, cool. But I've learned that it's not racist. So like I can see and hear that. I just don't. I think we are, as human beings, are flawed, and maybe that's why we have racism.
Yeah, but this is God that's talking now. This is not a human being. This is not me and you. This is God. This is Quran.
Yeah.
So how? Okay, when Allah He created the white people and the
Yeah.
black people, did He create the black people to go to hell from the beginning?
Well, obviously not.
Obviously not. Why?
No, I don't
How
think
come?
so.
How come?
Because like he created us all equally. It's not about the color of our skin. It's about with what's in our heart. It's about what we follow. It's about the way we treat each other when we're alive.
Can you read
It's
for me?
nothing to
Can
do-
you read for me what is in the screen?
Sure, go on. Okay, is it Abu? Is it? I don't know how to. I don't know how to pronounce the first
Don't worry
name.
about the name. Who cares?
Okay, reported God's messenger as saying, God created Adam when he created him, and struck his right shoulder and brought forth his offspring white like small ants, and struck his left shoulder and brought forth his offspring black as though they were charcoal. Then he said to the party on his right side, to paradise, and I do not care. And he said to the party on his left shoulder, to hell, and I do not care.
So who is the one going to go to heaven, and who is the one who is going to go to hell, based on your prophet's statement?
Well, from this, like reading it, obviously says the white offspring, white ants, and then the black ants are going to hell.
So the black people will go to hell, the white people will go to heaven, correct?
Yeah. Well, the ants, but yeah, I'm guessing they are human. They're like meant to be metaphors for human. Is that what it is?
Yeah, no, he is describing them how, because there is in the desert, there's white ants and there's black ants, you know? So he's describing them as the color, like how black, how white they are. So the white, the offspring which is born from the right hand, the right hand in Islam present the hand of God. Because God have two hands, your God have two hands, and both of them they are in the right side of Allah, correct?
Yeah.
So the reason Allah He chose the white to be born of the white right hand, for those are the righteous people. The white people are righteous. And the reason that Allah He chose in the left hand to make the black offspring coming from, because Islam teach that black people are not righteous. This is not metaphorical no more. This is a clear evidence that from the beginning Islam believe that all black are evil, all white are good.
Okay.
So what do you think?
I mean that's pretty damning. But race, for me, like race isn't all. Like I can't just be like, okay, yeah, obviously if God's racist, that's a problem. But like, I don't know what to do with that. I guess it's pretty bad, but I don't know what to do with that.
Well, if I am you, I will leave Islam, my friend. I mean, it's not about you do what not to do. Either we accept such an idea. For me, I met people who they are white, they are very evil. And I met black people who they are very good. And I met black, they are bad. And they are met, I mean, you meet from everybody. There is Asian, they are bad. There is Asian who they are good. There is bad and good everywhere. In the same family, you will find a brother, he is wonderful. The other brother is disgusting. So the same family, the same parents, the same ethnic, the same language, the same roof, the same milk, the same breast that they breastfeed from. Yet one is evil, one is good.
Yeah, but I understand. I do 100% see what you're saying. I think that that's true. I think that there is a point. There is some goodness in Islam, and there is obviously
Give
some
give me
things that
give me
are
one good thing about Islam. Go ahead.
like, for example, like the orphans and giving, for example, you cannot
Hold
treat
on.
orphans
Is it
badly.
is it true that Islam says to treat the orphan nice is by having sex with them?
No, I haven't seen that. So
Uh-huh. Let us see.
Surah An-Nisa, which talks about the orphan and the orphans and like treating them rightly and
All right.
splitting their like
Let us
giving them
see.
the right
All
of
right.
heritage.
We will see. We will see how the Quran speak about how to treat the orphan nicely. If you fear
Yeah,
that you shall
that for
not,
me,
no, hold on,
that
hold
gives
on,
me a bit
just
of
wait.
hope.
If you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly with the orphan girls, then marry women of your choice. How in the world this religion teaching you? You see, I say to you, is it true that you treat the orphan by having sex with them? You said no. Correct? A second ago.
Yeah,
But the Quran saying Allah command you to treat the orphan kindly
yeah,
by
of course.
by marrying little girls who they are orphan. We don't say orphan for someone she is 18, right?
No,
We say
well,
orphan for someone she is a child. A person cannot take care of itself, right?
yeah.
So your God is commanding the Muslim to be good to the orphan by what? By sleeping with them.
And marry them. So you have to marry them first,
This is
though.
sleep with them, no problem. Marrying them, they are kids. Is that how I can care? Is that how I do charity? So I see an orphan, I say, okay, girl, go to my bed. I will feed you. I will give you milk, but take off your panty. Is that how? Excuse my language. Is that how I can treat an orphan girl?
Well, no, you shouldn't really treat them like that.
Okay,
But
but you are the one who mentioned to me. I said to you, give me one good thing about Islam. You said to me, Islam teach us to treat orphan nice. This is not nice.
yeah,
this, this
because
is
it
this
says
is
treat them justly.
Well,
And
justly, this is justly. How does justly? I mean, justly what? Like, take care of them, feed them. I mean, listen, honest to God, God is my witness. I bought order. I never have cats. I don't have animals in my house. I can show it right now from Amazon. I bought food for cats. There's a bunch of little cats around my house, and I bought food for them. They
well,
are not my
that's
cats. I have nothing to do with them. I can show right now my order in Amazon. So I feed cats. I'm not going to sleep with the cat to feed the cat. So
well, yeah,
if the
obviously because
if
they
the
can.
if the little kitten, in order for me to take care of that kitten, let us say this orphan is a kitten, little tiny
Mhm.
child. So what kind of a good person I am, in order to take care of someone, this person have to sleep with me, and
Yeah,
even
but
though
I,
it is a child.
but I don't think good decent people would do that. I'm not if I was raising
So are
a
you
boy
saying decent
in my
people? So
house.
are you saying, my dear sister, are you saying decent people should not follow the Quran?
No, I'm just saying. You obviously the whole idea of treating them justly and nicely means to feed them, bathe them, clothe them,
No, but you are
put them in
marrying them. Okay,
education.
can't you feed them without taking them to bed?
Well,
Is
obviously you
does
can.
does it say in the front of your eyes? Is that my translation? Am I faking things? This is the Quran. This is your
No,
Islamic website. Does it say marry other if you cannot do that? So okay. So now, is that how we can treat justly an orphan, a child? So we take advantage of their needs.
well, no. Obviously that would be really bad if they were a
So
child.
this is not decency then.
And
This is
even if they weren't a child, you cannot do that. You shouldn't do
but
that
this
to
is
them
but this is
because
not but this is not decency then, correct?
I guess in that context it wouldn't be very nice to do that.
But is it
I mean,
decency?
like
It's not about nice. You see, this is not about nice. I want you to focus with me and be, I'm assuming that Amina, she is an honest person. She will give me an honest answer. Is that decency? If you heard that I saw an orphan who need food, and I say to her, listen, baby, I will marry you, I will feed you, you know, come to my home, come here, I have candy for you.
Sounds so disturbing. Don't say that.
So, what do you think about what I just did? Is that disgusting?
Yeah.
Or this
Yeah,
is
well,
good?
obviously, I think it would be kind of under child grooming, and you would probably be like,
Exactly.
you know,
And this is what
arrested.
Islam is about. So, what is good about Islam? So, we just showed you your
I mean,
prophet
like
saying
for
black
example,
people.
like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like you know, having grown up in it, I feel that like okay, for the most part, I have seen goodness. You cannot like okay, I'm you know like exploring the Bible, really lovely stuff. It touches my heart, and I'm like, that's amazing. But then I you know I look at the way I grew up and the way that the people that and the culture and the society that I was a part of, and I just think this cannot be, you know, like, you know, these people are Muslim, we're all Muslim, we live our normal lives, and we do good things, and because we want to please Allah.
I don't know. You fail to
So
give me
like,
anything good you do. Give me a good thing you do. Lying.
you
Okay.
know, like
Okay. Let
we
us go.
pray,
When you say we
fast
Muslims, when you
in
say you
Ramadan.
Muslims, no, hold on. So what Ramadan? I mean, you eat more in Ramadan. People get more fat in Ramadan. You don't lose
Yeah,
weight.
that is okay. I mean, yeah, that's, you know, there is some evidence to
So,
suggest
so
that
your
it's kind of.
fasting is not a true fasting. You just switch the day to night and the night to day, and that's all. And you eat more, and actually, food got
And
more
we do give
expensive.
zakat, you know, you give charity,
Okay,
you
even your
know,
zakat, you don't give it because you're a good person. You give it because you promised. If you give, Allah will forgive you. So you bribe God, you give money. So, oh, forgive me, Allah. It's not because you are a good person. You see, if I do something for the sake of some return, that means I am not a good person because I will get the
so
return anyway.
can I ask you a
If
question,
I believe in
CP?
God, I'm not seeking return, then I'm a believer. But
Can
if
I
I
ask
am
you a
just seeking return, then I am not a believer.
can I ask you a question? What do you think of all the Muslims that are living their, you know, kind of ordinary lives, do their best to follow the Quran, and just, you know, do that, like, and you know, we can. You can't say they are bad people. Like, you know,
You
we
see,
live our
I am
ordinary lives.
Amina.
We we do.
I'm not here to talk about bad people, because I am sure your
Yeah,
parents
but
are. No,
you
hold
do
on.
seem to be.
Let me answer. Let me answer. So
Okay, sorry, go on.
I'm sure that you are coming from a good family. But how that prove
I
Islam to
do.
be okay? So how that prove Islam to be good? Let us say I'm good. I'm coming from a bad family, but how that prove Christianity to be bad? So you are mixing things up. You coming from a good family doesn't make you coming from good religion. You are coming from good family
Yeah,
because your parents. Okay,
but the religion is our.
did your mom teach you that you can like your husband?
No, I
Why?
no,
Why
I
your
just
mom
never.
she will not? Why your mom she will not teach you that?
I mean, she hasn't really taught me what
No,
to
but I
say,
mean,
or
why? Okay, let's say in the future you have a child. Do you
yeah,
encourage your child, your daughter? Let's say you have a daughter, God is
yeah.
willing, and you told your daughter, "Hey, daughter, you should like your husband." Is that a good teaching?
Well, obviously not. That's morally corrupting
But
your
isn't it
soul, because every lie
exactly?
that
But isn't this what your prophet said? The man he can lie
I
to his husband, the man can lie to his
yeah.
wife, and the wife can lie to her husband.
But I don't know that many. I don't know that many people take that seriously. Like I
So
don't
are you
think.
saying to me that the good Muslim is the one who don't take Islam seriously? Because if you take Islam seriously, you follow it, you become corrupt.
I think okay, no. Well, for
Amina,
example,
you just said you are corrupting your kid. You said that to me when I
yeah,
asked you about.
obviously
Okay, so
lying.
you agreed that Muhammad is corrupting your kids.
Well, yeah, obviously. Well, I'm not saying Muhammad is correcting our
No,
kids.
no,
I'm
you
just
said
saying the
that. No,
whole
you said
principle
that.
of
I
lying.
said to you, listen, Amina, listen. You know, you're really funny. I'm not
No,
making
I'm
fun of you,
not.
by
I'm
the
just
way,
trying to
but you
tell
are the
you.
one who used the word corrupt, and I'm listening
Yeah.
carefully. You know, I listen to the heart of people and to their words and voice. So
Okay.
you said, and everybody heard you, if I do that, I am obviously corrupting my kid.
Yes, that's
So
morally corrupting your
if you
child.
listen to the teaching of Muhammad, you will end with what? Corrupting your kid.
But Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I teach my child to lie, then I am teaching them to corrupt their souls, and I don't want to do that.
So why you don't follow Muhammad
Um,
then? Obviously, you don't like Muhammad teaching.
but I do think, you know, Muhammad has other teachings that are, you know, maybe better. Okay, I don't hold the view that Muhammad was this perfect human being that didn't make any mistakes, because obviously his
Is
marriage.
that about Muhammad being perfect, or is about God teaching? So are you saying to me Muhammad was giving false teaching, not from his God?
I think some of his teachings surely cannot. I don't know. I just think some of his teachings are questionable. As a person that is living in this world right now, I cannot encourage my child to lie. I wouldn't encourage them to lie. I wouldn't encourage the man that I marry in the future to have, you know, 4 wives or up to 4 wives, because I've seen it happen in my own family, and it's horrible. It's not good for anybody. I always tell that to everybody that kind of glamorizes the 4 wives thing, and I say no, it's horrible. Everybody's miserable, including the children. The children don't have an identity. Don't do that. It's not okay. Stop glamorizing it, because it's a load of nonsense. But I can understand that the Quran says that. I can see that the Quran says that, but I don't know that everything that you know. When you do something in practice and it doesn't work, but that doesn't mean to say that, you
Question.
know.
Amina, did you hear the video of Ali Dawa, and he is from England, about having
Yeah,
a
yeah.
secret wife?
I've seen multiple videos of him talking about like polygamy and stuff, and like having. Yeah, I don't
No,
know if
this
it's about
video,
like.
why men get secret second wife. And if you watch the video, you will see that they agree that the Prophet said, you can lie to your wife and
Yeah,
you can have a
yeah.
second wife. Okay. Do you
I
like your, I want you to be honest with me. Do you agree with the teaching of Islam that your husband, he marry you, he said to you in the morning, I love you, and afternoon he said that to other secret wife, and by night he said to the third secret wife, and by the other morning he said to the fourth secret wife? What kind
No.
of religion, this religion we are talking about? Go ahead.
I wouldn't, obviously. I wouldn't. I If I was seeking out a husband, I wouldn't want that at all. And you know, and if he was doing that, I'd feel betrayed, and that's not the kind of life that I want to live in. At the very least, you could do is be honest with people and tell them what you're going to do. But I don't agree that you should have a secret second, third wife or whatever. That's
Let
not
us
right. You shouldn't do that.
let us hear me and you for a little bit what Ali Dawa he said and Mimi Hijab, and give me your comment.
I
More
think they're
accurately, that take on another wife and all the responsibilities that come with another wife. How many men will agree to that?
For example, if one says, I sense that you've got a second wife, can he say, no, I don't?
Yes, you can. You can say that.
You can say that.
Yes, I personally believe this is.
If we sit down and we talk about it, and I take my selfish needs out of it, i.e., me wanting him all to myself, I need to understand them. So I need to sit down and I need to really think about how this is going to affect him. It could lead him into doing zina.
Imagine, Amina, this
Yeah.
Muslim woman, she is saying that when she take one husband only for herself, she is being selfish.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bit silly. I think you then have to consider the caliber of men and the standards of that you're setting for yourself. I don't believe in this. You know, I live in. I hear everything. I get the red pill community of men have desires that need to be met. Blah blah blah. The Andrew Tates of the world. Blah blah blah. You know, alpha males. Da da da. I don't. I think that whole idea is nonsense. It's immoral. It's corrupting society. It shouldn't happen. And I don't believe in the fourth wife. I can, you know, you can still be a Muslim and not want that. I don't think it's not one of those articles of faith that you have to say, oh well,
Amina, how
you
you
know.
can be a Muslim and you don't need to believe in that if this is what Islam teach?
Yeah, but you know, just because it says you can do it doesn't mean you have to do it. You have to discern
It's
for
not
yourself.
about, it's not about, it's not, actually, you are not even qualified to say what you can take, or the female. It's the man decision. The man. So you are in Islam, you cannot even discuss this issue and say, oh, this is not right. Who are you? I'm not disrespecting you, by the way. In Islam, you are nobody.
No,
As you see, those men, they brought 4 Muslim girls, put them in the stage with no shame. And one of them, she said, I understand that men, they want to have more intimacy. So we know that this is all is about sex. So what kind of religion sacrifice family bonds with intimacy, and how that will make the man have a better family? Because
yeah,
if you have a children's, I will tell you, when I was a kid in the Middle East, I grew up between Muslims. So once there is a kid, he come to my house, I go to his house, and once he said the F word to his brother. He said it to his mother. I said, you idiot, how you say that? Isn't him your brother? He said, oh yeah, but his mother is not my mother. This is the first time ever I see someone, because I thought all of them, they are like us, Christians. 1 woman, 1 man, 1 family. There's no my mother and your mother. But it turned to be in the Muslim family are very much divided. And then I learned how they even kill each other for the sake of the money. How the women pull the hair of each other fighting over a dress the husband he bought, or a perfume. How things is corrupt and disgusting. How the family is so much destroyed. How the kids, when the father he died, later the same kid, when his father died, they were shooting at each other for the sake of the money. So how that will make a family if I teach my followers to lie to their wives, husband lied to his husband, to the wife lied to her husband, children are hating each other, seeking secret wives just for the sake of, intimacy.
yeah.
And here we ask ourselves, when God, he created Eve, what Adam was doing? He was watching porn because Eve is not enough?
Well, I don't think porn existed in heaven.
So you see the idea, all the excuses they are giving is false, is stupid, is satanic. And a man, this in the Bible says, the Bible describes actually the women the same as the church. And the man, he gave himself the same as the Messiah. He's using voice changer. This guy, he don't dare even to use his voice. Anyway, so in the Bible, it's a man, he give himself to the women, and the women with the man will be united. Echad. That is very beautiful. So
yeah,
why in Christianity we can have one, and they are talking about if you don't have a 1 woman, then you are going to cheat. Well, okay, Muhammad, when Khadija, she was alive, he have only 1 wife. Did he cheat?
I hope not.
He did. Muhammad,
He
he
did.
went, yeah, according to the stories, this is supposedly after Muhammad, he went to the house of his own son after Khadija's death, and he flirted with her, with his wife.
Oh, Zainab.
Zainab, exactly. So now we know what kind of a prophet you have and what kind of religion you are born to, Amina. So I ask you, you sound like a decent lady, and your family, they are a good family, and obviously Islam does not fit with you, and you don't fit with Islam. So why you don't leave?
I think I respect my family. I love them, and like I mentioned to you, I come from a family with multiple wives. Have multiple, it's very messy. I wouldn't if there's anybody out there, please don't do it. Your kids will grow up confused. And so that's the only thing I have to say. But I think the reason why I don't is because I hold to the idea that, obviously my family is, my whole lineage, my tribe spread Islam, across what helped spread Islam. They fought for it, and I don't know what else is. I like I said, I've been reading about Christianity and stuff. I do think has some very beautiful elements. The Old Testament's less so. New Testament really, really touches the heart. I think I look around me, and I was, with my cousins today, and I look at them and I see them and I see how decent they are. I see how decent everybody around me is, and I do, because I've been watching your videos, and I think, and I hear what you're saying, and I hear what you say to the people that debate you, and I just think surely that it's not the truth, because if it is, then then everybody around me, we're all decent, we're all good people, we've all been brought up with the foundations of Islam, so how can that be,
Well, about
if
this,
Islam
about
is corrupt, then
Amina, about decency, I don't agree with you. I say, and I'm not trying to insult you, I came to the Middle East, I never saw decency. The grocery store, they cheat. The butcher, he cheat. The judge, he cheat. The police is a cheater. The governor is a thief. The imam is a child molester. I mean, everybody is a, and then, but everybody pray 5 times. They wear white clothes on the Friday. When they want to pray, they open the windows so all the neighbors can see them, that they are praying. When Ramadan come, they put salt in their mouth, but they eat all day long. So when they leave the house, they put salt so they can make their lips dry. So what I learned about Muslim, that decency is the last thing. I'm not talking about your family. I don't know you. I'm not trying to insult you. But my experience
No,
with decency, that
This also
Islam
can be
is
said about
zero
Christians.
decency.
yeah, I have a few
I wanna-
questions to ask, because nobody has ever answered me this question right, and I'm going to mention it. I hope that nobody gets offended. But have you ever heard about, this is not to derail the topic, it's just a question that I have to help me understand, because if it is, then I don't know what to do. Have you heard about FGM, female genital mutilation? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, the Muslim they practice that, and this is one of the
yeah, but
reasons.
is it because, no, like, I've asked people around me, and I've said, is it in the Quran? Is it Sunnah? Is it, and they say no, because most other Muslim countries, it seems to be rife in North Africa and parts of West Africa, but other people who are also Muslim, in the East and stuff, don't do it, and so it must not be Islamic. So I'm just wondering, from your knowledge and from your,
Yeah, but
I haven't.
okay, but I want to ask you,
It's not in the Quran.
if this is not Islamic, so where the Muslim get this from?
Culture.
I don't know.
Uh,
Why does
don't
it have
know
to be
if-
Islamic, by the way?
we have a Muslim here trying to join us. Can you give us just some time? I will be with you, my friend, if you don't mind.
I just don't want you to. Yeah, I'm being muted. Hello?
Just wait a little bit. A little bit, I will be with you. So, and Amina will join
Can I
us.
engage in the conversation? Is that possible?
Yeah, you can, but just a second. All right? Okay.
Yeah, just one thing. I'll just say 2 things. And I mean, I don't know why you're asking a Christian a Muslim question. I don't know why.
I'm asking because I'm asking
to do,
because
but
I have
anyways.
asked. Are you willing to let me respond? I've asked people in my community, and they've said no, it's not. And so I from what I can understand, I can see that, okay, despite Christian Prince's ways of talking that I may not be 100% fond of, I can see that there is a bit of honesty in him that I'm
He's
willing
been
to listen
insulting
to.
the whole time. Where's the honesty? An honest person wouldn't
Yeah,
insult
Okay,
if he just said something like that.
Amina, can I talk to him? But just don't leave, please. So, Mr. Raytham, your name?
Yeah, rhythm.
Okay. You said that this is coming from the culture, correct?
No, I didn't say it's coming from culture. I said, why does it have to come from Islam? It can come from culture, no? Necessity, it comes from
No.
Islam.
So where it's coming from? Women and men circumcision. It's coming from where?
What's woman's circumcision? And show me where it is in Islam.
No, I'm asking you. She just mentioned it. Are you saying she's lying?
Yeah, I said, show me where it is in Islam. I didn't
Are
say
you?
she didn't
So I'm
mention it.
asking you why Muslim they do it if it's not in Islam.
Yeah, we don't know. It's most likely culture. Why? It's not Islam because I've never heard of something like that in Islam. And I'm asking you to provide evidence of such female circumcision.
Okay, all right. Let us go
Anyways,
and see.
and also
no,
another
hold
thing
on.
is, you're
no,
telling-
hold on. So you
Okay,
said
just-
this is culture. This is not your religion teaching, correct?
Sure, yeah.
I would be honored if it's not. That would be amazing. But like I said, I'm asking somebody
Yeah,
that.
Amina, I'd say this is a question to ask an imam.
Yeah, like I said,
you see, he is
Apologist,
trying.
Christian
He is
Prince.
trying to avoid what I'm saying. So Amina,
look,
don't ask Christian
I'm not.
Prince.
I'm waiting for you to
No,
provide
no,
your
I'm
evidence.
asking
waiting for
you.
to
I'm
provide your
asking
evidence. Go
you.
ahead.
I'm asking you. Listen. So, is it from Islam teaching women they should do circumcision, or it is not?
What is women's circumcision exactly? I don't understand what that
Cutting
is.
her clitoris.
Cutting
it
her what?
varies. It has
Cutting
4
her
different
clitoris.
types.
So, is cutting the clitoris of the women is Islamic or not?
I don't know. I don't believe it's Islamic.
So you said you are teaching her to ask who, but you yourself, you are a grown man. You do not know anything about this.
So yeah, it's not Islamic. I want you to show.
How come
That's
you are
possible.
sure it's not Islamic? Is that because it's ugly and
Because I
evil?
don't believe I've heard of any of this. I've discussed many of these moral
So
topics.
is that
I've never heard
let
of-
me ask, so let me ask you, is that disgusting to hear that there is some people they do circumcision for women?
What's the benefit of the circumcision?
I'm
first?
asking you, is it disgusting for you or not? You tell me.
I'm asking you, what's the reason for the circumcision?
I'm
There can
asking
be
you,
discussing
see,
things
stop
such as
asking me,
surgery, but
asking
it's
you,
not
my
a
friend.
cause.
Can you tell me what is your opinion of women circumcision? Is it good?
What
It's
does
bad?
my opinion have to do with this? What does
You
my
are,
opinion
so why
have
you
to
are
do with
joining
this?
me here to sing for me? We are exchanging opinion. So I'm asking you. You are the one who
Yeah,
jumped in the
my opinion
conversation.
is subjective.
I did
My
not
opinion
even
is subjective.
invite you
It
to
doesn't
join
matter
the
what my opinion
conversation. You
is.
are the one who jumped voluntarily to talk about it. So I'm asking you: is women circumcision? Are you with or against?
That's a false dichotomy. I'm asking you, what is the benefit of it?
You tell me.
What's the
You are the
benefit
one
of
who's doing it.
female
It's you who's
circumcision?
doing it. So what the benefit of
Can
it? You
I
tell me.
Who told you I'm doing it?
can I provide?
know what
can
that
I
is.
provide-
Okay, hold on. Here we go. This is your prophet. He is the one who is teaching them how to do it. And you are a false Muslim because you said to her, ask an imam. She said, I will ask Christian Prince because he have knowledge. And obviously he is saying the truth. And I never say something without showing reference. Is that,
Yeah, like-
is that the hadith? Read the hadith and read. Don't tell me
Wait,
it's
can
not
you go down?
Islamic.
Can you go down?
So
I need to
apologize.
see- I need to
So
see- I need to
apologize.
see-
Apologize
I
for
need to
saying
see
this
if
is not
the hadith-
Islamic. I will
I need
show
to
you.
see if the hadith
The
is
hadith is
sahih or not.
the hadith is da'if.
I need to see.
Da'if.
So it's da'if, so why it's not accepted?
Well, I
It's
changed my
unreliable.
mind. It's Hassan. It's da'if. Sorry, it's authentic. Here we go. You're a potato. So see, it's da'if. It's da'if. Allahu Akbar. It's da'if. It is sahih. I was joking with you because I know that you
Wait,
are a
read the-
fraud. So listen.
Rhythm.
So now it's circumcision. Answer the women. The women, the lady she asked, why in the world you want to do circumcision for the women? And you are the one who said, you are the one.
Weak right there. Read it. Read it.
What? Read what?
Read it.
Read what?
Read. Abu Dawood said Muhammad bin Hassan is obscure. Read it.
What?
Read what Abu Dawood says.
What he said? Go ahead.
Go down. I know you're bad at English.
okay.
I know you don't know English.
Okay.
Read these 2 words. Read.
But doesn't matter.
It is
The
not a
end.
strong
The
tradition. It has
grade.
to
The
be
grade.
transmitted.
The
No, no,
grade
no, no.
is sahih. The grade is sahih. The grade. Get
but
out
Can I-
of
can I
here.
just say-
Abu Dawood.
You see, I don't have time for kids.
The
Just
hadith-
Can I-
get out of here. I don't have time for kids.
Whether it's daif or not, whether it's sahih, it's
No,
it's,
it
it's
is
still
sahih.
practice.
Look what he
And
is.
it's-
Look what he is doing.
No.
Look at the hypocrisy. This is
I see
the
it.
grade is authentic. He's talking about different hadith. This is not even Abu Dawood. This is here. He's talking about that. This is a comment. This is not even the hadith. So he's a hypocrite. He challenged me. He said this is not Islamic. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I prove it to him in a second that this is Islamic and Muhammad is teaching them how to do it?
Yeah. And whether it's, I would just like to say to him whether he believes it's, it's a weak hadith or not, it's still practice and it still affects.
But this is mean, Amina. This is not culture. That's false. See, he said it's culture. It's not. Muhammad,
Yeah.
he is the one who command them, and he is teaching them how to do it.
Yeah, and I'm not. The reason why I brought it up is because it's something that does affect a lot of people, whether he believes it to be, whether that is his position is weak or not. I would like to say it affects so many people, and that's the reason why I asked, because it's one of those things that I have been told that it's not sunnah based on where you are geographically in the world. I have asked some of my friends who are from, parts of Asia, and they've said, they're devout Muslims. They say, oh, it's not a part of our culture. But past some of my friends from the same regions where I'm from, yes, it affects them. So I just want to know what it was, and if it was true or not, whether it was an Islamic thing or not, because I'd like to know, because I've been told that it's cultural from certain people, but I also don't.
Look what the Muslim they do. You show them the reference. It says the grade is authentic. He chose to say, look, it says obscure, but this is your book. And Christian Prince, you lied. You say this is culture. This is number one. This is not culture. This is the teaching of Muhammad. And for hadith to be written, translated, published in many Islamic books, and you say to me it's obscure, then you Muslims are a bunch of corrupt people who accept false stories about your prophet. And then not only that, at the end they say it is authentic. So when I said to him it is da'if, he jumped, he was happy. I said it is authentic. No, look, it says obscure. But we know that this is a practice that never come from nowhere, And I can show you tons of website fatwas explaining why it's good, why it is nice, why it is if I read for you in Arabic what Muslim website they say, you will feel so disgusted how they treat the women. So the reason they don't want women to have their clitoris, because they don't want women to have a desire, only the man. The woman, she is there to serve the man. This is why Muhammad himself, when a woman, she came to him, and obviously she is not circumcised yet, she said that she saw a dream, and she obviously was masturbating, excuse me, and she said, the wife of Muhammad, she and the women, she have this charge. So the wife of Muhammad, and this is his wife, she said, and do women have this charge? Do women get this charge? The wife of Muhammad, she never had orgasm. Never. Have you ever heard of a woman, she is a growing woman, and she is telling her husband, Mr. Muhammad, hey, what are you talking about? Do women really have this charge? So why she never heard of it? Because simply they do circumcision for those women. So they have no desire, they have no feeling, they killed their feeling as a woman, as a female.
But did they do it before Muhammad's time or
Well,
after?
I have to say Muhammad is a pagan man with degrees, which mean everything in Islam is taken from somebody else. So as an example, cutting hands for the thief for an egg, it was pre-Islamic. Hajj, pre-Islamic. Blackstone, pre-Islamic. Safa Marwa, pre-Islamic. Zakat, pre-Islamic. Zakat actually is a word coming from the Hebrew, from the Bible. I mean, name one thing, and even the circumcision is taken from the Jews, but the Jews, they do circumcision for the men. And the reason it was done, there's more than reason. Number one, they will be recognized. So if they kidnap, they knew them. It's like having a tattoo, but without a tattoo. In the same time, it's for a cleaning, because old days people, they cannot have shower as that easy, to wash that easy, so disease can happen, etc. So it was for hygiene more than it is about just religion. Muhammad, he copied, but yet he himself never did circumcision. Never.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can search everywhere. You will find that Muhammad never did. So he was telling, and when I asked Muslim Sheikh once about it, he said, oh, because he was old. I said, how old he was? I mean, Muhammad, when he died, was like 62, 63. According to Muhammad, Abraham, he did circumcision by cutting his penis by an adze. And he was 8 years old. So what old? Abraham was way older when he did it. and he was 80 years old, as you see here in Al-Bukhari.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
by the way, I did not kick you out because you can refute me, but you failed.
Yeah.
All what you joined for is just to tell her not to talk to me. That's all. Correct, Amina?
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, yeah, I guess so. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not really, you know,
I am the one. I
I
said,
have
okay. I said, welcome. He can join us. Correct? Did I say that?
yeah, yeah,
But
you did.
obviously, he don't want you. Why you are asking him? You ask a sheikh. But who is a sheikh?
Yeah.
Who is a sheikh? He knew about Islam more than me. Bring him.
I'm the only reason why I ask you is because as much as maybe, you know, sometimes I watch some of your videos and I think, you know, like he's really harsh and, you know, likes to maybe, you know, argue with people, but I can see, I can have a look at some of the things that you talk about, and I see that some of it is true. Like, you know, I see that, you know, apostasy laws and stuff, and I know that it's true, and it might be sad, but it's still true. So I know that, okay, at the very least you won't lie. So that's the reason why I asked you. I'm not really interested in asking if, even if it was somebody that wasn't in my family or wasn't an imam, I would still ask them, even if they told me the truth. I can take that as long as they told me the truth. That's just what I care about. That's just what I want to
You
know.
know, I mean, I'm here, and people, they are listening, and I show my screen. I don't even show myself, right? So it's very easy to go and search what this guy he showed us and check it out if he's lying or not. I mean, you can right away, you know, prove somebody to be lying or not. So, but my experience with Muslims, you see, you are the one who told me. I live with people around me. I see how decent. I say, where are
They
they?
are
Where
so
are they?
decent.
I don't see the decent Muslim around me. I
Well, I don't know
show
where
them.
you live.
I'm not talking about you. I'm showing. I mean, there's exception always, but
Yes, of course.
I show them the reference. I show them the evidence. I show them the interpretation, and yet they argue and say it doesn't say that, CP. And this guy, he clearly said, "Oh, this is culture." He didn't say in the beginning. He did not say, "Oh, this is maybe a week." No. This is not Islamic. This is culture. And when I asked him, "Are you with or against it?" Let us say it's culture. He refused to answer. He said, "What is it for you?" So they are deceivers. I'm talking about those Muslim men. They don't want to share the truth because the truth will set them free. And those, they choose to be slaves of Allah.
Do you not think it's more so like, okay, I have watched some of your videos now for a few months, and I can say, okay, some of the things you say are true. Okay, most of the things, or majority of the things, like references you provide, are true. And it's very evident that you are very knowledgeable in what you do, which is good. But we want to defend the things that are like you have meaning to us, and we don't want to let those things go, and we don't want anyone to insult those things. I think it's more so
Amina,
that than it is.
if you allow me, you said some or many of things I said is true. But can you tell me one thing I said is not true? Just one. I don't know for how long you are listening to me. Can you tell me one thing I said is not true? If you can find one thing I said is not true, you are a hero.
I mean, that would I can't remember, but I like, for example, I don't know if for example, I don't know if Muhammad couldn't have children. I think that's maybe he couldn't have children. That's why he wasn't able to conceive. But maybe he didn't have sex with his wives, so that's why, you know, that's why they didn't have children. You know,
He didn't have sex
because
with. So why he was marrying them? He was a monk.
I was told that Muhammad married those women because he wanted to provide them protection, and you know, they were
What
widows
protection?
and old. With
Aisha, she is
the
the
exception
daughter.
of Aisha.
Aisha, she is the daughter of Abu Bakr, and he is one of the big tribe. So what protection? Protection from who? Abu Bakr was protecting Muhammad, not the opposite, especially in the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know why he married Aisha. Obviously, that's disturbing to anybody right now. But that's obviously something that is a bit sensitive for us, and it's not something that we like to talk about because it's a bit weird for us now. Maybe it was okay back then. I don't know. I can't really. But it's disturbing for anybody in the current day and age that lives in a society where children are protected, such as England and the West, where children are
Okay,
protected.
Amina, listen. For sure, Muhammad, he have sex with his wife. And there's no question about that. Even Muhammad, the Quran says, as an example, what do you think about men having sex with their wives when they have their period?
That you're not allowed to do that.
You are not allowed to do that. Why?
Yeah. Because that's what it says. I've been told. Well, I've read about it as well. So, yeah, you're not allowed to do that.
Chapter 2, you are right. Chapter 2, verse number 222, it says that stay away from women when they have their period. But look how Muhammad, he changed his mind. So he said, نِسَاءَكُمْ حَرْثٌ لَكُمْ فَآتُوا حَرْثَكُمْ أَنَّ شِئْتُمْ. So Muhammad, he learned that the Jews, they say you should stay away from women when they have their period.
Yeah.
In the same chapter, the same verses, look at this. Muhammad, he changed his mind. The man who says to you, stay away from women, a day after he said, your wives are tilth for you, so dig your tilth as you wish. Now, did Muhammad have sex with his wives when they have their period?
I wouldn't have thought so, because obviously it says you can't. So,
what if he did?
Well, if he did, then maybe he must have had a revelation that said he can, or maybe he changed his mind.
But I thought it's bad. I mean, what's wrong with this God? So is it bad? Is it good? I mean, what is this? So if Allah, he says, stay away from them, it's bad. It's a hurt. So
oh yeah,
why he will do it? Let us see if Muhammad did it or not. Can you read it for us?
Yeah, I and the messenger of Allah used to lie in one cloth at night while I was menstruating. If anything from me smeared him, he washed the same place that was smeared, and did not wash beyond it. If anything from him smeared his cloth,
All right.
Or his,
So
yeah,
so here now they are sleeping together, right?
yes.
Okay,
he
but
washed the
it
same
doesn't but
place.
it doesn't say that she is having sex yet.
No.
Yeah. Okay, let us see something else because we need to show you more. All right. Let us see what Muhammad he do with his wives. Let's read this one.
It didn't come up yet, but yeah, I think it's.
All right. The translation is false. It says Yubashiruni. Yubashiruni is doing bashara, I mean he is doing sex, start sex. So
okay.
So he used to Yubashiruni during my ministration.
Right.
All right. And let us see another one.
Oh wow, okay.
Muhammad, he ordered his wife to put a sheet between her legs so he can fondle her. Let us see this one. Do you see it?
Yeah.
So did
Okay.
I prove that Muhammad he is having sexual relationship with his wife during their menses?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's enough. evidence to suggest that maybe he did.
So
Or that
but
he,
here
yeah.
you see something called hypocrisy, because if I say to my people, stay away from women, it's a hurt, and then I go to my wife and I order her to put a sheet between her legs because she is bleeding, and I fondle my wife, what kind of a man I am? And this is Sahih Hadith.
Yeah,
Who can
I'm
show
just
it?
wondering.
Uh-huh.
I'm just wondering, is it because he's like, you know, like a human being like the rest of us, so he just
Well,
sinned, so like,
isn't it Allah? He said His command to the human being. Shouldn't he follow? Is he a Muslim or not?
yeah, of course, but maybe
The
he,
Muslim, they claim Muhammad is the best of us. Well, the best of you cannot hold his private part. I mean, he had many wives. Go to different wife. This woman, she have her
yeah,
period. You go to different one if you are so horny. I mean, this is animal thing, you know. So, what would happen to a man? I'm single. Am I going to die if I don't have sex tonight? What
I
will
hope
happen to
not.
me? So this is all, you know. We try to give excuses. All of them, they are false. What will happen to
Yeah,
him if he don't have sex with his wife for the coming 4 days? The guy, he have many wives. And if she have a period, go to the other woman. But let us say, for the sake of argument, he have only one woman. What will happen to him? He is a prophet of God. Can't he have patience until his wife, she is clean? Look how disgusting. In fact, she is bleeding. The blood is coming over her sheet. And now Muhammad, he have the desire to smell the blood and to enjoy it and to fondle her. How that is godly man.
yeah, that doesn't seem quite very godly.
So do you see why he said to you, why you are asking Christian Prince? Because Christian Prince is going to show you the truth. That the truth
Yeah,
is Muhammad is a false man. Yeah, this is not a behavior of a good man. Especially especially he's shown hypocrisy. He just made a verse saying, stay away from women when they have their period. And as you see, this is Al-Bukhari. Look how many times repeated. 299, 300, 3101. Many hadith in Al-Bukhari. All of them reporting the same story.
Did Muhammad really have sex slaves though? Because it doesn't mention that in the Quran.
Absolutely.
So like,
No, it's mentioned in the Quran. What are you talking about? You know, it says in the Quran, it's made lawful for you, your wives and your slaves.
I don't remember reading that, and I've read the Quran in English.
No problem. You are talking to Christian Prince.
It took me a while to understand what right hand possesses means, to be honest. So
All right.
like,
Chapter 33, verse number 50, is about what is lawful for your prophet to have sex with. Do you see it says, and whom your captive slave, whom you are right hand possess,
yeah,
whom Allah given to you? So all those women are lawful for Muhammad to have sex with. Nobody left actually in the town.
but does
Everyone.
does that just because it's lawful for him, does it mean that he actually had them, or he just
No,
he could have?
there's tons of evidence. Muhammad, he have a slave, her name, as an example. If you go to chapter of At-Tahrim, and you read verse number 1, you will see it says there that Muhammad, he forbid himself from something. The verse doesn't say. But in fact, it was about his wives. They found him having sex with one of his slaves. Her name is Mary the Copt. She was given to him as a gift from Egypt. So he told his wife to go and visit her father. When she went there, she asked her father if he needed her. He said no. So the woman, she gets suspicious. So went back home right away, and she found Muhammad in the top of the slave. So Muhammad, he swore by Allah, I will never do it again. And then Muhammad, after he missed this woman, she is blonde, she is very beautiful according to the Muslim interpretation, translation, and explanation. So he could not, keep the promise. So he told them, Allah told me, why, your prophet, ban yourself from what Allah made lawful for you? However, in the Quran, nowhere it was made lawful for Muhammad to have sex from a slave which is not captured. The Quran speak about capture slave, not just a slave. Muhammad was having sex with just a slave. This woman, she was not captured. She was given to him as a gift. You can read the interpretation about it and you will see what happened. It was about
Yeah.
Mary the Copt.
I think I will, because I've read some other hadiths as well recently. So yeah. Okay.
So what do you think, about your prophet now?
Well,
Mari ikuti Yesus. Mari ke jalan yang benar. Tuhan berkati.